Hey everyone, welcome to the show. So, you may have heard by now that a Trump employee is speaking out. A Mar-a-Lago employee, or former employee, I should say, is speaking out for the first time about the classified documents case. And he says it is absolutely not a witch hunt.
Do you believe that this trial should happen before the election?
I think the American people have the right to know the facts that this is not a witch hunt. He can go on and TV and say this. That's one of the reasons for doing this. And quote, the PRA says this and that. It's all bogus. But people believe him.
You think it's a fair investigation?
Absolutely.
So the employee's name is Brian Butler, and he told CNN, quote, "For Trump to get up there all the time and say the things he says about this being a witch hunt and everything, he just can't take responsibility for anything." So Butler worked at Donald Trump's club for more than 20 years, and he was at one time best friends with Trump's co-defendant, Carlos de Oliveira. That all changed, though, because Butler unknowingly became an accomplice in the theft of highly classified documents and the obstruction of justice. So Butler is repeatedly referred to in the government's superseding indictment as Trump employee number 5. And in one part of the indictment, it says that Trump's other co-defendant, Walt Nauta, had reached out to Butler to confirm that de Oliveira was keeping his mouth shut. Now, of course, it didn't say it that way in the indictment, but we all will remember this part. He texted Butler and said that he was, quote, just checking in and wanted to, quote, make sure Carlos is good. So Butler said that when he spoke with the investigators, quote, "It was a total no-win situation for me. They're asking me questions about one of my best friends. I'm being honest, but I also have a bad feeling that what I'm saying is getting him into trouble. Nobody should have to go through that." And Butler told CNN that what we've all read in the indictment is just the tip of the iceberg. So they definitely don't want him on the stand. And one example that he gave was that he was with de Oliveira in a casino. They were at a buffet at a casino when de Oliveira received a call telling him that Trump was going to provide him with an attorney. Butler said de Oliveira was really happy about it, and de Oliveira tried to get Butler to use a Trump-paid attorney as well, but Butler decided to find his own representation. Isn't it funny how the ones who have their own attorneys that aren't paid for by Trump are the ones out there telling the truth? That's called a clue, people. So evidently, the two men were extremely close back then. According to Butler, he said they used to take walks together in the evening, and one night when they were out taking a walk, de Oliveira told Butler that they were all, quote, dirty. And his reason for saying that was because they all helped Trump move boxes. They all helped him to move the classified material. And here's the thing. This just makes Judge Aileen Cannon, just as much as Trump, look like a fool, look like a traitor to the country. Because you and I may not know, in the weeds details that this Butler guy has told the prosecutor, but Aileen Cannon does. And she has been running interference from the start for Donald Trump. So let's look at this realistically. I know, we get on her and, she's in the tank for Trump. It is so damn obvious. A blind man could see it, that she is running interference for him. She is trying as hard as she can to drag this out so that he is not taken to trial before the election. But let's be clear about what this is. This is a man who, according to Butler, put boxes of classified documents on a plane and scurried them away to another state when he knew that the FBI was coming to look for documents at Mar-a-Lago. Let me say that again. Donald Trump had advance warning that the FBI was going to come in, they were going to do a search. That same week, Within days, within hours of the FBI arriving to look for those materials, Donald Trump had Butler and others put those materials, put boxes of classified documents in a vehicle, and they were driven to the airport, and he took them to his New Jersey club. If that is not obstruction, I don't know what is. Judge Aileen Cannon, we may be new to this. We're all hearing this for the first time. She has known this from the beginning, and she is running interference for someone who is a national security threat to our country, which means Judge Aileen Cannon is a national security threat to our country. She is obstructing justice, just as Carlos de Oliveira and Walt Nauta are accused of doing. They helped him to begin with. They covered for him. They ran interference for him. They helped him get away with crimes, allegedly. And now she is doing the same damn thing. She needs to be investigated. She needs to be charged with obstruction of justice. This has gone beyond just, a judge who clearly has a bias and she's playing games. No, this woman is putting our national security at risk for her own political means, for her own ends, because she likes Trump, because he appointed her. So she needs to be locked up. I don't say that lightly because I know that's a big deal. You know, it's something that happens in authoritarian countries where you start locking up the people in the Justice Department, judges and things like that. But this woman is obstructing justice. Let's just be clear. There is no difference between Aileen Cannon and Walt Nauta and Carlos de Oliveira. Period. It's that simple. So we need to start talking about her in that way. She is a traitor to the country. Anyway, Butler says, he left the company. He left Mar-a-Lago. He felt disillusioned. So in November of 2022, he quit. And he says now he only sees de Oliveira around the neighborhood. The two men no longer speak to each other. Of course, they can't because they're both involved in this case. They're both, one's a witness, one is a defendant. They can't speak. And he talks about it in terms, or in the interview he did with CNN, in terms of the way the country is divided.
The former president has divided the nation like I've never seen before. And he's now divided like my best friend since I was 19 years old. Almost, we've been friends for so long, and just think now you're just, I don't know. It's just it sucks.
And it's true. He has divided friends. He has divided families. It's sick what this man has done to this country, and it will be felt for decades to come, for generations to come. This isn't just going to vanish. I mean, Donald Trump could have that one last Big Mac and go to the McDonald's in the sky or wherever he's going to end up. I know where I think it'll be. And it won't change. This isn't going to go away. This isn't going to vanish with him. So anyway, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe to the channel. Please donate if you possibly can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.